We're finding the equation of the tangent line at a given point. We'll call this function, let's give it a name. I always want to call them something different. We'll call this one L. How's that? L of x is equal to, let's do, I'm going to let you find the derivative using the definition. That's that going through the limit process. All right, how's that? X squared over 2 minus 3. Let's look at the graph of x squared over 2 minus 3. Let's take a look at that, see what that picture looks like. All right, so here's the graph of x squared. Actually, that's not the graph that I wrote. Let's do this. Okay. Here's the graph of x squared over 2 minus 3. And let me just pick a point. Yeah, that's not a good point. Let's pick something we're just dealing with integers here. What about this? This is a good one here. The point 0, negative 3. All right, so we want to find the equation to the tangent line, then we're going to graph it, of the tangent line that passes through the point 0, negative 3. All right, that passes through the point 0, negative 3. All right, so our point is 0, negative 3. And we're going to want to, this is our goal here. All right. So remember I said there was a couple ways. This is the point slope form. All right, and then you have, let me try to remember. I'm not going to use subscripts here. We'll just say y2 minus y1 is equal to this is another way you can go about this. X2 minus x of 1. Yeah, that's for finding the slope. But you know what? Yeah, x of 2 minus x of 1. We're just going to go ahead and use the we're going to use the slope-intercept form. The slope, I may have said the point slope form. This is the slope. The slope is m, and then your intercept. Yeah, your intercept form. Okay, we'll use that. We'll work an example maybe in the next one using the point slope form. All right. So we want to find. So we have both our y and our x, but what we need to find is our m and our b. Now remember, finding your m, that's the slope. Okay, and to find the slope, we need to find the derivative L prime of x, and I'm going to let you figure this out on your own. So you're basically being tested here, and I'm going to look at it and go, oh, well, that's just x. And see, there's a pattern that I'm not going to tell you. We'll talk about it in the next section, but that you can just look at that and know what it is without having to go through that whole limit process. And then the derivative of a constant is 0. Okay, so I'll let you work that out. All right, and now let's go ahead and find that slope. So L prime of 0, we're plugging in. All right, plugging in our x value, 0. And when we plug 0 in, well, we just get 0 out. So the slope, we can see here, m is equal to 0. And of course, we could see that just by looking at the graph that m was going to be equal to 0 because our tangent line was a horizontal line. All right. So the next thing we want to do is want to go ahead and plug in our plug in what we have into our equation here. So we're going to plug 0, negative 3, and m in for the slope. So negative 3 goes here for where the y is located, and then 0, and that's our slope. And of course 0 is also our x, and Then B, well, we don't know what B is, so we'll just say B. Okay. Now capital B, that's the same kind of B. So as you can see in this, that negative 3 is going to end up equaling B. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that up here. So B is equal to negative 3. All right, B is equal to negative 3 because this just ends up being 0 here. Okay, so now we have it. You know what? Let's just write it right up here next to it. Okay, so Y is equal to, our M is 0, and of course we'll be able to simplify this. And our X and our B is negative 3. Negative 3. And of course we can simplify this now. 0 times any number is still going to be 0. So this simplifies down to Y is equal to negative 3. Y is equal to negative 3. So that's going to be the equation of the tangent line that passes through the point 0, negative 3. Okay, so let's bring our graph up here. And let's go ahead and graph this. It's negative 3. And Y isn't. Whatever reason, I gotta say Y is equal to negative 3. Oh, there it is. Okay, finally popped up. So the green line here is our tangent line, and you can see it's tangent at the point 0, negative 3, which is nothing more than just a horizontal line. Okay. All right. Okay, well, let's look at another one.